Alright, so if you remember from last week, I actually picked up an albino super crimson iguana from Tom Crutchfield, but didn't stop there. Okay, so if you saw last week's video about the super crimson albino iguana, I did a little thing. I bought another crimson albino iguana and a Crutchfield albino iguana. So essentially now I have 3 albino iguanas. In a span of like 1 week, I bought 3 albino iguanas. But there's a good reason for it. Ever since I was a little kid, the first reptile I ever wanted that I asked my mom for, like, Mom, can I please have a lizard? It was an albino iguana. Not an albino iguana, it was just a regular iguana. That's what I really wanted as a kid. Obviously, then I did a little bit of research, found out, you know, a green iguana wasn't the best at the moment. But now that, you know, we have a facility and that we get to keep these amazing animals, I decided, you know what? Now's a good time that I could get my iguanas. So anyways, now I'm gonna show you the 3 different type of albino iguanas I have. The regular Crutchfield albino, the crimson albino, and the super crimson. This little guy, or girl, most likely a girl, but this is an albino iguana. Now, as you can see, she's bright yellow right now. As they get older, they'll get a little bit more on the orange side, but she is absolutely gorgeous. There's not there's not a speck of black pigment in her, because that's what albinism does. It eliminates all the black pigment from the iguana. Even as you can see in their eyes, they have no black pigment. Throughout their whole body, they're just all this really bright yellow color, and that's how the albino iguanas look. Now, this is such an incredible animal, but I'm about to show you 2 animals that are even gonna be crazier. Can't even speak. So now this big guy here, this is a crimson albino iguana, which a crimson, he's trying to like reach over. Where you going, buddy? So a crimson albino iguana is basically a red iguana that's albino. So a red iguana is actually still the same species as the green iguanas, iguana, but they're just like a color morph. Now this is a red variation. He doesn't like when I touch his tail. And I just got him, so he's still, you know, getting used to us and everything. But check out that beautiful like face, perfect spikes, and obviously the yellow and the orange coloration. Now as he gets older, that orange coloration is going to spread a lot more also, and it's probably going to cover, you know, his whole body, but it's not going to be as bright as the super crimson that I picked up last week that I showed you. Then I'm going to show you again. But check this guy out. He's absolutely amazing. He is a red green iguana, essentially, that's an albino. Albino iguanas don't have the best vision like a lot of albino animals. So he is actually, albino iguanas are a lot tamer than like regular green iguanas, because they don't sense any threats, because they can't really see very well. So it kind of sucks for them, but at the same time, you know, they eat and they grow very well, just like any other iguana. Actually, they might grow a little bit slower, but they grow and they can be healthy just like any other iguana. But they don't see us as predators so much because they can't really see very well. So when we approach them, they're a little bit more calm than like a regular iguana would be. And I have this light like right in front of his face, so that's why he's closing his eyes. He's a little bit more sensitive to the light. But this thing is absolutely amazing. And I'm gonna need a name for him. Don't jump off, buddy. So what should I name this guy? Look at his colors, they're incredible. I am so happy I actually got one of these guys. Let me grab him before he jumps off. Okay, and last but certainly not least is this guy. He is a super crimson albino iguana, which is a super red albino iguana. So as you can see, he already has a lot more orange coloration than the crimson albino male I just showed you. But this guy is gonna develop into a super bright orange, and his orange is gonna cover his whole body. But this little thing, I wish you could see it in person. It is absolutely insane. It's my favorite lizard we have here right now. And I hope he doesn't freak out. Don't freak out, dude. Look at that. So, I've had him for a little over a week now. And in the beginning, I was a little scared because, you know, he wasn't eating very much. Just because, you know, it's still an animal that was acclimating. And honestly, I know that that's how animals are. Like, sometimes it takes them a little bit to acclimate and start eating. But I was just like, kind of like, oh man, I hope this thing starts eating soon, because it is a little really expensive iguana, you know. So I was like, oh man. I was trying to give it different foods. I was giving it like different feeding spots. But he finally started eating. As you can see, he is super plump. So, you know, I'm really excited to watch this guy grow. And hopefully in about a year or two, he's gonna be like, in about a year and a half, he should be the size of my other crimson male. And we don't know the sex on this one yet, but Tom said he looks like he might be a male, because the males do tend to color up a lot more at a younger size. So hopefully it's a male. I want him to be a male just because I love the big, you know, spikes on the back and the big dewlap and the big head. But yeah, really excited about these guys. If I don't breed these guys, I don't really care. I just wanted to have them as a pet. And you know, this is an amazing little animal, so I'm glad I get to show you guys. But yeah, enough rambling. If you guys like this little guy, if you want to follow how he grows and develops, make sure you follow us on social media: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, all that good stuff. We'll be posting him all the time because he is pretty much my favorite lizard right now. And I know I say that a lot, but who cares? So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week, and we're out.